Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube NFL prediction segment, I'm going to be giving you my preview of the 2016 Week 17 NFL matchup between the Green Bay Packers and the Detroit Lions. Now, I'm going to take Green Bay to win this on the road. I don't think they're going to blow out Detroit or annihilate them. A lot of people seem to think they're Green Bay is just going to go in there and just have their way with the Lions. I don't think so necessarily, but Green Bay is the hotter team right now. They have won 5 consecutive games. They have a plus 13 turnover differential in that streak. They're just 3-4 on the road, though, so that concerns me a little bit. They have allowed only about 18 points per game during that 5-game winning streak. Detroit, they've dropped their last 2, but they are a very formidable home team. They are 6-1 at home this season. However, they only have 1 victory this season against a team with a winning record. And guess what? Green Bay does come in with a winning record. Detroit lost to Green Bay in a tight game earlier this season at Lambeau Field, so that would give them some confidence in this game, also coupled with the fact of the familiarity between these two teams. It is a divisional game. It is going to be, of course, for the NFC North title. It's going to be prime time. Matt Stafford has not exactly been stupendous in prime time. His record is not great during as far as that goes, as far as playoffs and combined with prime time. But in this particular game, though, I think quarterback Matt Stafford, as many of you know, he has had some problems with his hand. He has an injured or some dislocated finger, and he has struggled the last 2 games. He has 0 touchdown passes in the last 2 games. However, my feeling is his finger is going to be in a little better shape in this game. It is going to be at home against their rivals, the Green Bay Packers. And because of the magnitude of this game, I think Detroit will be better than what they showed in the previous 2 games, which, of course, were both losses. But in this game, though, what's really what I'm looking at is the fact that Green Bay Packers, okay, they're number 9 in the NFL in terms of rushing yards allowed per game. So they've actually done very well in that department. But however, Detroit Lions are only number 30 in the NFL in rushing yards per game at about 82. Now, if running back Theo Riddick plays in this game, his status was questionable when I last looked at it. But I mean, if he does play, of course, that's going to be advantage Detroit. Cornerback Darius Slay may not play in this game. His status is questionable as well. So it's really the fact that Detroit is kind of, right now, they're somewhat ravaged with injuries, and that's really going to be the key, I think, in this game, coupled with the fact that Green Bay has been on a rampage as of late. They just have been playing much better in recent weeks than the Detroit Lions. Now, if Darius Slay doesn't play, it could be a big game for wide receiver Jordy Nelson of the Packers, who leads the NFL with 14 touchdown receptions. Now, the good news for the Lions, though, is that the Packers have given up 52 points in their last 2 games. They've also surrendered 744 passing yards to the last 2 quarterbacks they faced, the last 2 games. So, really, this is a game where the way I see this playing out, I see Green Bay winning this in a tight one. They have been playing better than the Detroit Lions. They've shown that the pass defense on Green Bay has been exploited a little bit in the past couple weeks. I think it could be advantageous for Matt Stafford. But given the fact, looking at Detroit over the last 2 games, I don't know if they're going to be that much better than they were in those previous 2 games. They are at home, and Matt Stafford will probably play a little bit better, but I just don't think it's going to be enough. You look at the Green Bay Packers, they're number 8 in passing yards per game at about 260. Now, Detroit's around the middle of the pack in the NFL, number 16 in terms of passing yards allowed per game, about 245. So I really see in this game, though, I look at Green Bay, I look at what Aaron Rodgers is doing right now. I mean, he's just playing at a phenomenal level at this point. He wasn't playing bad when they were struggling earlier in the season, but he's even playing better right now. Aaron Rodgers has 206 consecutive passes without an interception right now, so he has been playing, I mean, maybe not flawless, but pretty close to it in recent games, especially over this 5-game winning streak that the Packers had. And he made, as many of you may know, he made that semi-proclamation about the Packers running the table and winning their final 6 games. Well, that, I guess you could say, semi-prophecy, if you will, is 5-6 fulfilled. I do believe he will complete it. They will win this game, I believe. As I stated, the main thing is just the fact that the Packers have played that much better than Detroit, even though Detroit, I think, will go in there with a lot of urgency, considering that this game is for the NFC North title, and given the fact it is a divisional game and they have the familiarity with the Packers. And I also saw something on ESPN to the effect that this might be this game, the outcome of this game might impact the Lions head coach, his future with the team. So that's another reason why Lions are going to have a lot of incentive. It will be enough, I think, to make the game competitive, but not enough to win. I like the Packers to win on the road. Anyway, people, this is Edwin Learnard, and until next time, stay well.